Welcome back to Father and Son Fix. In this episode, KwikWood from J-B Weld. We're going to show you how to use this KwikWood Epoxy to patch holes in your vinyl or laminate flooring after the installation, or should we say gaps near the molding and other areas, and general tutorial on how KwikWood works. Great epoxy. We love J-B Weld. We'll show you how it works. Let's get to it. Step number one, when we're working with these tube style epoxies, we like to use a razor blade to get a perfect cut of the amount that we need. This way, we don't pinch any off or commingle any at the top. If you do that, it gets crispy and hard at the top. You can't reuse that part as well. So once you've done that, wrap it up again nicely. Put that little silver cap back on it. Then you can put it away in the tube. It's going to last much longer that way if you get that clean cut with the razor blade. Of course, be careful with the razor blade when you're using it. Now, we're going to start out with our first piece of KwikWood. Like any two-part epoxy like this, the putty style, you're just going to mold it together, just like that, till it's a nice even color. Now, here's a piece of that vinyl or laminate flooring. In our case, it's sort of a particle board laminate. This color right out of the box doesn't really match. It's got sort of a light color to it. We're also testing the adhesion, seeing how well it's going to work for our application. Now, not too bad, but clearly a little too light. On the KwikWood packaging, it says you can dye it to suit your needs. People have reported different results. We thought we'd give it a shot. This is some red ochre paint from our airbrush kit, and we're going to just give this a shot. We're going to start out with a couple drops, see how it goes, and see if we can't get that color match a little bit closer. Now we're doing two pieces here. We've already got the first piece that we made. This is a second piece. We're going to knead in the color, pinch it into the middle, move it around, try and get that pigment evenly distributed throughout. And as we go along, we're getting closer there. Not too shabby. Of course, there are the grain lines. We're not going to be able to match that, but we're going for the overall color there. Not too shabby. Now, bear in mind, of course, any of this that you're looking at, there's going to be many different angles, and it's rare that your eye, in our case for the flooring, is going to be right down at the ground. What we're looking for is a close enough color match that it doesn't contrast in a way that catches your eye. That's really what we're concerned with here. Again, we're getting a lot closer. Compare that to the original piece on the left, and we're a lot closer to the tone of this wood flooring here. All right, that's what they look like. Not too shabby. And as you get further away, you see how the one on the right starts to blend in better? It's a lot closer. Doesn't have as much contrast, and that really is what makes the difference. And here you can see it. Now it's not even from standing up and looking down at it. It's not even that bad with the first one, but still the second one is better. We wanted to take it a step further, so we had to grab that yellow ochre too. Come on, of course. So here we are now. Kind of looks like ketchup and mustard, but we promise this is just more paint from our airbrush kit. So these two together, we're hoping to get more of that sort of brown color. And there it is. It came out sort of a tan color. Here we are applying it. And as you can see, the way we're going in, little balls, and we're sort of pressing them in there. Not the perfect patch. Sure, there's other ways to do this. We saw a lot of vinyl floor putties that were out there. We're a fan of the J-B Weld products, so we thought we would give this a try. And what we're doing to spread it in the gaps there right by the molding is we're using a card. You could use an old points card or something like that, just to smooth it out and spread it evenly across that area. Most importantly, getting it to stick, because that's the main thing to get it to fill that gap. And look, from that far away, really not seeing it. And it looks a lot better than a big gap where you're seeing the underlayment instead. So that's what we wound up with. We're pretty happy with the results. We're going to show you it in another area here as well, just so you get a sense of what that looks like. Now here you can see, yeah, admittedly, we didn't do a great job with that cut. It could have been a little bit tighter. So we're going to start by just working it in there, get that ball and start working it near the edge there. Get our card going, smoothing it down, smoothing it into that edge and bringing it back to the floor level. Really as little as you need. A little goes a long way, and boom. You don't see the underlayment, totally clean. The eye doesn't catch it as you're walking by. And there's just one more look at it. Once you're up at eye level, you're good. Thanks for watching. We hope this helped you. Have a great day.